Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope you all are taking a good care of yourself. So, children, let us start today's mathematics class. This is class 10th, subject mathematics, chapter number 4, quadratic equations. Children, this is summary lecture of chapter number 4. Fine. So, children, in today's summary lecture, the topics which I am going to make you recall, they are number 1, definition of quadratic equation. Number 2, method to check whether the given equation is quadratic or not. Number 3, factorization method to find the roots of the quadratic equations. Number 4, derivation of the quadratic formula using completing the perfect square method. Number 5, calculating roots using completing the perfect square method and quadratic formula. And the last topic is how to find the nature of roots on the basis of discriminant. So children, our first topic is definition of quadratic equation. Let us recall it. An equation which is of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is known as quadratic equation in variable x, where a, which is the numerical coefficient of x square, b, which is numerical coefficient of x, and c, which is a constant term, they all are real numbers. And along with it, there is one more condition, that is numerical coefficient of x square, that is a, can never ever be equal to 0. Because children, if it becomes 0, definitely it will never ever remain a quadratic equation, because ax square will become 0. So we will be having only bx plus c. So it will take the shape of a linear equation. It will never ever be called a quadratic equation. Because in quadratic equation, children, you know very well that two roots exist. Fine. But if ax square becomes 0, then as it is going to become a linear equation, so we will be having only one root. Correct, children? Fine. Now children, our next topic is the way to check whether the given equation is quadratic or not. So what is to be done, children? Whatever equation you will be having given, you have to just simplify that equation, and after that you have to compare it with the generalized form of a quadratic equation, so that you can come to know whether this is really a quadratic equation or not. So for that, children, I am going to take one question. The question is x cube minus 4x square minus x plus 1 is equal to x minus 2 whole cube. So first of all, I am going to simplify it. On left hand side, it will be x cube minus 4x square minus x plus 1 is equal to, this is a minus b whole cube, that is a cube minus b cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square. Correct? So what is a? Wherever I spoke a, there you are going to write x, and wherever I spoke b, you are going to write 2. Correct? So let us solve it. It is a cube, that is x cube, minus b cube means minus 2 cube, that will be minus 8, minus 3 into a square means x square into b, that is 2, plus 3 into a is x, into b square, that is 2 square. Correct, children? Now let us simplify it. I have got x cube minus 4x square minus x plus 1 is equal to x cube minus 8. After multiplying them, I have got minus 6x square, and here after simplifying this 3x into 4, I have got 12x. Correct, children? Okay. This x cube and x cube are going to be cancelled. So I have got, after simplifying, minus 4x square minus x plus 1. All these three terms I am going to bring on left hand side. It will become plus 8 plus 6x square minus 12x is equal to 0. Fine. So after simplifying minus 4x square and plus 6x square, I have got 2x square. This is minus 12x, and minus x will become minus 13x, and 8 plus 1 will become plus 9 is equal to 0. Children, now you just compare it with the generalized form of a quadratic equation, which is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0. Just check what is a here. A is 2. which is not equal to 0. And of course, if I am going to compare this required quadratic equation with the generalized form, so definitely I will come to know, yes, this is a quadratic equation because it is just going to be matched with the generalized form of the quadratic equation. Correct? Suppose while simplifying here, if I was going to get any term with x cube or x raised to the power 4, so definitely in that case it will not be called a quadratic equation, because in quadratic equation the variable which is present in that, its highest power will be 2. Correct, children? Now our next topic is roots of quadratic equation. Children, always remember all the values of the variable which satisfy the given quadratic equation, they are known as the roots or the solution of the given quadratic equation. Correct, children? For example, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is the generalized form, correct, of a quadratic equation. And suppose if I say that x is equal to beta is the root of this equation. So at place of x, I am just going to insert beta. And definitely after simplifying the complete left hand side, I will be getting the answer which will be written on right hand side. Fine. So I should say that a beta square plus b beta plus c must be equal to 0. This is known as the root of the quadratic equation. Fine, children. Now children, I am going to switch to the next topic, that is how to find the roots of a quadratic equation by factorization method. For that also I am going to take one question. The question is root 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. The another name of the factorization method is splitting the middle term. Fine. So children, this is the quadratic equation root 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. Here you can see what is middle term, that is 7. So I have to split the middle term in such a way so that the sum of those two given term must be 7 and their product should be the numerical coefficient of x square, and when you are going to multiply the numerical coefficient of x square by the constant term, that product you need actually. Fine. So let us multiply root 2 by 5 root 2, that you will be getting 10. So I have to split the middle term in such a way so that the sum should be 7 and the product should be 10. How did I get 10? While multiplying the numerical coefficient of x square with the constant term. Correct? Okay. So after splitting, children, I have got root 2x square plus 5x plus 2x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. Now from first these two terms, children, I can take x only as common because nothing else is common. If I am going to talk about the numbers, so you will be getting root 2x plus 5 plus from here. You know, children, that how can I write 2? 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2. So I can take root 2 as common. So inside the bracket root 2x plus 5 will be left, which is equal to 0. Now root 2x plus 5 and here also root 2x plus 5 will be written once. This will be taken as common. So inside another bracket x plus root 2 is left. Equate both the expressions equal to 0. So through that we are just going to calculate the roots of the quadratic equation, that is first value will be x is equal to 5 upon root 2 and the another value will be x is equal to minus root 2. So these are the roots of the quadratic equation using factorization method. Correct. Now children, I am going to make you recall the most important concept of the chapter, that is how to derive the formula of quadratic. How to derive the quadratic formula by using completing the perfect square method. Please memorize this step. So, because I am going to teach you the derivation, so definitely it should be taught based on either the standardized form or the generalized form. Fine. So, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is the generalized form of a quadratic equation. What is the very first step? Because I am going to adopt the method completing the perfect square method. So the children, whatever step I am going to make you recall, the same steps you have to follow whenever you are solving the questions using completing the perfect square method. Correct, children? So the very first step is that make the numerical coefficient of x square as 1. Here you can see that a is the numerical coefficient of x square. So how can I make it 1? Definitely I have to divide the complete equation by a. So after dividing, children, I have got x square plus b upon a x plus c upon a is equal to 0. Because 0 upon a will also give you 0. Correct? Now the second step is, after making the numerical coefficient of x square as 1, you have to take the constant term on right hand side. So I will be getting x square plus b upon ax is equal to minus c upon a. Correct? Now the third step is, add the square of half of the numerical coefficient of x on both the side. Children, you know, after dividing the complete equation by the numerical coefficient of x square, I got b upon a as the numerical coefficient of x. So make its half. It will become b upon 2a. Correct? And its whole square will be added on both the sides. So this is b upon 2a whole square, here also added, and it is added on right hand side as well. Correct? Now, because the name of the method is completing a perfect square. So now just to see, children, this has become a complete perfect square. Look, this is the square of x plus b upon 2a whole square. Fine, just check it. It will become x square plus, this is a plus b whole square actually. This is x square plus, what is this at place of b? b upon 2a. b upon 2a whole square plus 2 into a into b. That is 2 into x into b upon 2a. So this 2 and 2 are going to be cancelled. So I have got b upon a into x. Correct? Now solve right hand side. This will be minus c upon a plus, please simplify this. You will be getting b square upon 4a square. Taking 4a square as LCM because both are fractions. So I have got minus 4ac plus b square. Correct, children? Here of course you have written the same term again, that is a plus b upon 2a whole square. When children you are going to remove this whole square, definitely here you will be getting under root with plus minus sign. Because this is basically a quadratic equation, and you know in quadratic the two roots exist, fine. So definitely you will have to write here plus minus sign. Correct, children? Now here I have got x plus b upon 2a is equal to this root I am going to segregate to both. So I have got plus minus whole under root b square minus 4ac at numerator place, and in denominator I have got 2a. Why? Because 4a square is a perfect square. Correct? Now after finding its square root I have got 2a. Fine. So what will be the value of x? This b upon 2a is going on right hand side. It would become minus b upon 2a plus minus whole under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Taking 2a as LCM. So I will be getting minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So children, this is actually the quadratic formula. Fine. Which I derived using completing the perfect square. This is one of the way to find out the root of the quadratic equation. Clear, children? Now children, after memorizing all the three steps of completing the perfect square to solve the quadratic equation, let us switch to one example based on the same concept. Find the roots of the quadratic equation by which method, children? Of course, completing the perfect square. If roots exist, fine. So let us start. The very first step is, you will be having a quadratic equation given, that is 2x square plus x minus 4 is equal to 0. First step is making the numerical coefficient of x square as 1. Here what is the numerical coefficient of x square? That is 2. So the complete equation will be divided by 2. So children, I have got x square plus 1 upon 2x minus 2 is equal to 0. The next step is taking constant term on right hand side. So after taking it on right hand side, children, I have got x square plus 1 upon 2x is equal to 2. Fine. Now what was the next step? Take the half of numerical coefficient of x. So what would be its half? That is 1 upon 4. That is half into half. Correct? And its whole square will be added on both the sides. So children, what I have got now? I have got x square plus 1 upon 2x plus 1 upon 4 whole square will be added on left hand side, as well as 1 upon 4 whole square will be added on right hand side. Correct? Now, Here definitely I am going to get x square plus 1 upon 2x plus 1 upon 16. This is what actually? This is the whole square. This is the perfect square of 1 upon 4. Correct? So here 2 plus 1 upon 16. Now children, here I am going to get the complete perfect square of x plus 1 upon 4 whole square. Fine. Please simplify it. This is x square plus 1 upon 4 whole square, that is 1 upon 16, plus 2 into x into 1 upon 4, that is 1 upon 2x. Correct. Now simplify right hand side. LCM will be 16. So it will be 32 plus 1, that is 33 upon 16. So I have got x plus 1 upon 4 whole square is equal to 33 upon 16. Now as we did in the derivation, this whole square is going to be removed. So definitely square root will be taken on both the side. So as I took the square root, I have got x plus 1 upon 4 on left hand side. And here I have got square root with a plus minus sign. Fine, because two roots will exist. Correct. So root 16 you know, that is 4. So children, I have got x is equal to plus minus root 33 upon 4 minus 1 upon 4. Clear? So after simplifying, I have got x is equal to plus minus root 33 minus 1 upon 4 because 4 is taken as LCM. So can I write this expression like this? Minus 1 plus minus root 33 upon 4. So children, now you have to just let me know what are the two roots of the equation. So they are minus 1 plus root 33 upon 4 and minus 1 minus root 33 upon 4. Correct? Children, one more thing I want to add in it. Why this condition is given if roots exist? Because we have done many questions based on the same concept. See children, whenever here using completing the perfect square method, you are going to get the complete perfect square. But here suppose if you are going to get the term in negative. So you know that the square of any of the expression can never ever produce the negative result. In that case only the real roots will not exist. Correct children? Fine. Now children, the next topic is how to find the roots using quadratic formula. So for that I am going to take one question, that is x square minus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. Before I switch to the solution, let us recall the quadratic formula once. It is x is equal to minus b plus minus whole under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Correct? So here from the formula you can come to know that you require the value of b, a and c. So what is to be done? Of course you have to compare this given equation with the generalized form, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Correct children? So through here I have got a is equal to 1. This is 1. Here it is 1 written actually. B is equal to minus 3 and C is equal to 2. Let us insert these values in the quadratic formula. This is minus into minus 3 will become plus 3 plus minus B square means minus 3 square will become 9 minus 4 into A. What is A? A is 1 and what is C? That is 2. So children, I have got 3 plus minus 9 minus 8. 9 minus 8 is what actually? 1. And what is the square root of 1? That is 1. Correct. So which two roots I am going to get children? The first root will be 3 plus 1 upon 2 and another will be 3 minus 1 upon 2. That is 4 upon 2 and 2 upon 2. So what will be the two roots? That is 2 and 1. So this was the concept. Through that we could find the roots of the quadratic equation using quadratic formula. Now children, our last topic is how to find the nature of roots. Children, this is also completely dependent on quadratic formula. Fine. So let us start it. By quadratic formula, the roots of the quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0. They are given how? X is equal to minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. You know these are basically the roots. How are the roots? One is minus b plus root b square minus 4ac upon 2a and another one is minus b minus root b square minus 4ac whole root upon 2a. Correct children? Now always remember one thing. Whatever I am saying again and again, that is b square minus 4ac, this is actually known as discriminant. So I can replace it by d. Correct. Now D will decide what kind of roots will exist for a quadratic equation. Correct. So D is known as discriminant, and what is the value of D? That is B square minus 4AC in the generalized form. Correct. Now as I have just told you that the nature of the roots depend on the value of discriminant only. So what is the case 1? Suppose if discriminant is equal to 0, like you will be having a quadratic equation given. Fine, you compared it with the generalized form. Then you are just going to calculate B square minus 4AC. Children, if you have got B square minus 4AC equal to 0, then always remember that the given quadratic equation has two real and equal roots. They will be ditto same. Correct? Now, let us discuss case number 2. If discriminant is greater than 0, that is positive. Means B square minus 4AC is greater than 0 is producing the positive result in under root. Correct? Then the quadratic equation has two real roots, but they will be distinct from each other. They will be different from each other. Correct? When we had the condition D is equal to 0, in that case, the roots were equal also. But here the roots will be different. Now let us switch to case 3. When D is less than 0, children, then B square minus 4AC will also be less than 0. Means in under root you will be getting negative value. Then in that case, always remember only imaginary roots will be produced and no real roots will exist. Correct, children? So I am going to take one question based on the same concept. Find the nature of roots of the given quadratic equation. If real roots exist, then find them. Now children, how will we come to know whether the roots are real or not? Definitely we have to go to the discriminant only. Fine. So let us start doing. The question is 3x square minus 4 root 3x plus 4 is equal to 0. To check whether the roots, real roots exist or not, we are going to find the discriminant. What is discriminant? That is D, means B square minus 4AC. So at place of B, children, when you compared this given quadratic equation by the generalized form, you came to know that A is equal to 3, B is equal to minus 4 root 3 and C is equal to 4. Just insert these values over here. So minus 4 root 3 whole square minus 4 into 3 into 4. Please simplify this. Minus into minus will become plus. 4 square will be 16 and root 3 square is 3. So 16 3s are, that is 48. This is minus 48. So what is D? D is equal to 0. Children, suppose if I was going to get D is less than 0, then definitely you will simply finish this solution while saying this, that real roots will not exist, only imaginary roots will exist. Fine. Because what is said in the question? If real roots exist, then and only then you have to find them. Correct? Now, but here we are going to get D is equal to 0. So definitely real roots exist and of course the roots will be equal to. Correct? So now find them. What is the quadratic formula? X is equal to minus B plus minus root D upon 2A. Correct? So at place of B, I am writing 4 root 3, which is with a negative sign. So negative into negative will become positive. Plus minus. At place of discriminant, if I am writing 0, so means this term will be removed. Correct? And at denominator, I am going to get 2 into 3. That is 6. So children, after simplifying, I have got 4 root 3 upon 6. Cancel them. You have got 2 root 3 upon 3. So after simplifying, children, I have got, see, this root 3 and 3 are going to be cancelled. I have got 2 upon root 3. But you know, as discriminant is equal to 0, so definitely real roots will exist and they both will be equal also. So what will be the two roots? That is 2 upon root 3 and 2 upon root 3. Clear, children? So children, this was all about the summary lecture of chapter number 4. I have covered all the important concepts. Fine. Now this is your turn to prove yourself. What is your mathematics homework? You have to revise chapter number 4 from NCERT along with all the examples and prepare it for test tomorrow. Correct, children? Please revise each and every example and each and every question also. Focus on all the concepts, whatever I have just made you recall. You must be keeping all the steps of completing the perfect square method, the formula of the quadratic formula. Find everything you have to keep in your mind so that you can perform very, very well in your test. Correct, children? Thank you and have a nice day.